Well, joining me now from Gaziantep is David Swanson. He's the spokesman for the UN Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs based there. David, thank you very much for your time. Thank you for talking to us. First things first, water supply is now being used as a weapon of war. That's clearly going to affect the civilian population. Is this a new low in the war in Syria?
Absolutely. I mean, this is a major development, and we're very, very concerned about this. We now have a situation where nearly 2 million people are without access to running water following Wednesday's attack on a key water pumping station in the eastern part of the city, followed by another, the closing down of another key water pumping station in the east of the city, which serviced the western part of the city. So it's an extremely devastating blow. The humanitarian situation in Aleppo was already dire, made worse by this recent development.
With this recent development compounding matters, as you say, how long without clean water supplies until there are severe consequences for civilians?
Well, obviously, our big concern within the UN and broader humanitarian community is the risk of contaminated water, particularly for children. As you know, there are more than a quarter of the people that are actually in Aleppo are actually children. So this is a major source of concern for us. We, as the UN, are working to expand water trucking into affected areas, but of course, this is only a temporary solution. And what we really need to do is repair the water pumping station in the east, which was badly damaged in the attack, as well as get the second water pumping station, which services the west of the city, turned back on.
And how difficult is that going to be?
Well, that's going to be an immensely difficult situation if the fighting continues relentlessly as it has right now. So we are working as closely as we can together to ensure that that happens. But as you can see, you have a very difficult situation on the ground, and it's not going to be easy.
With the aid convoy being targeted last weekend, water now being used in this way as a weapon, are we entering a new phase, do you feel, in this war?
I think this is absolutely outrageous, the process in which the attacks are taking. The recent attack this past week on the interagency convoy in Big Orum was a devastating blow to the humanitarian effort. And then when you start attacking civilian infrastructure, which affects people's water and electricity, this is another all-time low. And we would appeal to all parties to the conflict to avoid any damage to public infrastructure that would impact the lives of civilians on the ground. So this is obviously a major concern of ours.
Okay, David Swanson, thank you very much as always.